Hey there, welcome to Soulfully Illumined. Today we are doing a video, basically messages for the end of the year from your spirit guides. It has been quite a year, and instead of, I think we need to kind of take a moment to just appreciate what we've been through, what we've gone through, and how we've overcome so much as a collective and individually. So with this reading, let's see what your spirit guides have to say for you regarding this year. So we have 3 piles. We have pile 1, which is the rose quartz crystal, pile 2, which is the clear quartz, and pile 3, which is the howlite crystal. So go ahead and feel into these piles, and I will see you at your pile. Hey there, pile 1, welcome. If you picked the rose quartz crystal, this reading is for you. With respects to messages for you about this year from your spirit guides. So let's get into it. We're going to actually finish with this card. So let's put that aside for now. So we have Uncovering Treasures as one of your oracle cards. We have Trust the Timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. We have Harmony. I see that 6 sticking out for you, pile 1. And then we will turn it over actually right now. Every journey starts with a single step. And that is card 12, a 1-2. Let's move that over a little more. And how perfect that really goes with the rose quartz. So I'm actually going to pull some tarot as well regarding this year for you. Yeah, you're ready for change. Okay. Where are we going to put that? We'll put that right here. There we go. All right. So it feels like for you, pile 1, like it's been a heavy year for you. A year where, well, you know what your year has been like, but what I'm really feeling here is like there's been moments where you've been really tied down, where there's times where things have not been working the way that you wanted them to work, but they've been working in a way where it's kind of, where it's needed to work, in a sense of you may not have wanted, like your ego may have wanted certain things to be the way that, be a certain way, but it's kind of like Spirit had another plan. You, your higher version of yourself, had a higher plan. Hence, trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. But it does feel like this year has been like a bit of a roller coaster at times, but definitely wavy, ups and downs, ups and downs. And you've been unable to see a lot of the manifestations. You've been working hard in different areas of your life. Part of it is the physical reality. You've been working hard trying to maybe plant some seeds, and you've yet to see the outcome. But what I'm getting here is that the outcome that you've been waiting for, well, it's stepping stones, right? Every journey starts with a single step. And the thing is, you've grown in ways that sometimes the rockiness of life can only teach you, can only show you, can only mold you. You know, it's kind of like when the river or the waves of the ocean hit certain rocks, right? As they hit these rocks, the rocks kind of change shape, they change color, they mold to the water, and they turn into these beautiful pieces of art. And that's what it feels like for you, Pal One. It's like all of these like ups and downs and really tough moments for you. It feels like it's been a tough year. It's all shaped you in a way that will better serve you, because you truly do have the world in your hand, Pal One. And I'm feeling your guides, and they're really excited because there's a lot of things that are coming your way. And I'm feeling next year, and I'm hearing in the near future. It's in the distance, but it's coming your way. There's a lot of dreams that you have for yourself, Pile One. And I know they may not have shaped up in this year, but what I'm getting is it's coming. It's like this year has been really setting a framework. And in the absence of those manifestations that you so want, it's like you've uncovered treasures that you may not have realized are of such importance. And part of it is the inner child. There's aspects of the inner child that needed to be healed, that needed to be illuminated within you, that needed to see the light. Almost like there's been certain aspects of yourself that you've been suppressing, that have been really wanting to come up to shine, and thus creating greater harmony within yourself, especially within your heart chakra. Your intuition, Pile One, is becoming clearer and clearer. And your guides are standing with you. And you may have felt that way. You may have been getting synchronicities, signs, feelings that maybe someone's with you, or just getting, like, really seeing more of the synchronicities around you in your world. You are awakening to a greater level of your journey here. And I'm just feeling like this stillness as I'm looking at this this suitcase and how it's about to be open. You see, when we have too much noise around us, it's hard for us to really see the gifts and the treasures that are really for us. And it's through that stillness, the silence, that we can really see what is for us and what isn't. And so I don't know if that's something that maybe you've been experiencing, but it's hard to see that when you're in your loss, which is what I've been feeling more so for the beginning part of the year for you. But you're moving into a time where you can really see how you'll be able to connect the dots, to see how it's all transpired the way that it needed to. It's almost like when you kind of like rise above, you can kind of see how things just, that bird's eye perspective. Because there's been some hidden treasures that could only be seen without all of that noise around you. Pile One. And it's like you've walked away from some of the clutter of your past, some things that have just been emptying your cup. By that I mean things that have just been like weighing you down or draining you. And it's like you're walking away from that, and you needed this space, this time this year to really see those things, really clearly see those things that were just tying you up and holding you back from what is available to you and what you have within you, your power, your grace, your harmony. With the card here beneath, where it says beneath the surface lies great bounty, with this uncovering treasure card. What's coming through here is really this year for you has been more about self-discovery. It hasn't been about external manifestation of things, because you're truly the gift, is what they're saying here. Is that the gifts, the hidden treasures, are all the treasures that you hold within yourself. Because you are very magical, pile one. And it feels like you've been working life in a way that doesn't really showcase your magic, your hidden gems. And it feels like that's why that's part of the reason why your manifestations haven't been showing up, because they're like, your spirit guides are like, but wait, there's more. There's more for you to see. There's more. Because what's going to come for you is so much more magic and miracles. And there's so much more to your world that you have yet to see and experience. And they don't want you to be cheated from that. Part of the things that you've been working on this year has been self-worth. Not realizing your true value. And I'm hearing in society, so that might be life mission, life purpose. But I also get value, worth that you have within yourself. How others see you as well as how you see yourself. And this time where things may not have manifested, it's for you to really be with you. You know, it's interesting. What I've seen a lot of lately is how people just buy stuff. And it's like, when you have so much stuff or clutter or noise or whatnot, it's so hard to feel yourself and know where you're lacking. And sometimes we get those like quick fixes, or, you know, those quick gratifications to just kind of make us feel better for the moment. And I feel like part of that for you, if that's the case for some of you, also it actually stems back to childhood. That feeling of discontent, that feeling of uncertainty. But that's changing for you, pile one. And I feel like that has to do with that inner child aspect really wanting to come out and play. So the remainder part of this year for you, pile one, is really and truly take this time. I know we only have 1 week left, and I don't know when you're going to watch this, but it even goes up to like the first couple weeks in January, because we're in retrograde, Mercury retrograde. It's like, take this time to dream, bust out that inner child of yours and really dream, and ask yourself and play with that inner child, and ask that inner child of yours, what will fill up your cup and what will light your heart up? Because there's something in this time for you about dreaming. There's something about dreaming during this time that's really going to help you to manifest your next steps. You know, it's easy for us to keep going forward, keep moving forward. You know, just like at the end of the year, we're ready to just celebrate the new year and what's to come. But I feel like for you, pile one, I think this year is also, like, the end of this year is a great time to really celebrate where you've been, because you've had it pretty tough. You've had some really rocky moments. And I want you to realize, and your spirit guides want you to realize, to be soft and compassionate with yourself, because you've really done well. In a barren land, you've been able to walk through it with grace, not knowing what's going to show up, what's not going to show up, really wanting things to happen but feeling tied up, waiting and constantly having to be patient with frustration. You've done it with grace. You've done it with grace. So please do cheer to yourself this new year or at the end of this year and remind yourself that you are flippin' amazing. And as you open up your eyes to this next year, you're being asked not to carry the past with you and to keep moving forward in your strength and take that glory and that grace and all that you've learned and take it forward with you, remembering that you are meant to, and I keep looking at her shoes. If you're a shoe lover, get some fun shoes. Because you're meant to walk this earth, walk this life your way, doing it with your style, your sass, your grace. So as you walk into this next year, Pile 1, know that there's so much brightness waiting for you. So much more brightness waiting for you. So I'm going to end this reading with reading from the Sacred Rebel Oracle deck. For this card, every journey starts with a single step, and it's actually card 12, which is a really long message, and I'm just going to go to where I'm drawn to, and we're going to start here. You are on a journey. Yes, it is an internal journey, but there's also a physical expression of this journey. This is going to become increasingly important to the fulfillment of your destiny in this lifetime. Your journey has started on the inside, but its destination will be the physical expression of an internal healing. This journey will draw upon what you have learned and mastered over the course of your life, so much so that you may feel as though your life experiences have prepared you just for this particular adventure. That's what I was saying. You have all that you need within you. This is not a time to worry about what you're going to take with you. From within your heart, you will sense what needs to come along for the ride and what is best left behind you now. You may be surprised at exactly how much can be left behind without you feeling concerned or anxious. You will be able to travel far lighter than you ever imagined possible. Everything has led you to prepare you for this moment. I just added that. That wasn't in the book. This oracle brings you particular guidance that the apparently small steps you are taking in an area of your life important to you right now are actually far more powerful and constructive than you realize. Sometimes we are gaining ground, but the effect is not immediately obvious. This doesn't mean that nothing is happening. It simply means that the effects of your actions are culminating, and soon they will begin to overflow into the physical world with a positive impact that may surprise you. This oracle brings you the message to keep going. If you've been doing a lot of inner work and are frustrated or concerned that you are not seeing the results translated into the physical world, keep faith, as the physical manifestation of your inner work is coming. Remember that you have all the resources you need and then some. Your inner and outer journeys are blessed with positive energy, and all you need to do is keep going, one step at a time. Beautiful message for you, Pile 1. Your spirit guides are so proud of you, and they walk with you. Talk to them, connect with them. They are there for you. You have done well this year. Take a moment to relax, rest, rejuvenate yourself. Dream. Dream. You're ready. Thank you for watching, Pile 1. If you like this message, do give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't, and have a fantastic remaining week of the year. Take care. Bye. Hey there, Pile 2. Welcome. If you picked the clear quartz crystal, this reading is for you. And we're going into messages for the end of this year from your spirit guides. Let's see what wants to come through. Let's see. We're going to start with your oracle cards. It says unknown territory. Okay. We have empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. A lot of whites so far, I'm noticing with you, Pile 2. We have material and spiritual prosperity. Love it. And your final card, bring it into form. Okay. And then we're going to go into your tarot. Let's see, get a little bit more information about this year for you. For Pile 2, please, Spirit. First quarter, 2022, please. For Pile 2. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Wands. All right, interesting. So first off, for you, Pile 2, I feel like you've been undergoing a purification period. This last year has been a year of purification, and a year of amplification. And I feel like initially the amplification, well, first off, the purification part was about just kind of releasing a lot of the old. Part of it was how you were seeing yourself. Part of it was how you were seeing reality. Both, really, because one affects the other. But this was part of the purification process. And part of it was, you know, your mental state. Part of it was your emotional state, how you were seeing the world, how you were processing it in your mind. There was an aspect of you that was, you know, maybe a little bit negative or pessimistic about where your life was at that point in time. Feeling a bit dissatisfied about certain things and how they've transpired. Feeling like you're walking and possibly walking like you're in a matrix that just wasn't serving you. Doing things that just wasn't really serving you. But your guides are saying you're exactly where you needed to be at that time and in that space. Because you really, how do I say this? You needed to see certain things in that sort of environment. Kind of like the whole contrasting thing, you know, like Abraham Hicks says, contrast. Contrast is important because it tells you or it shows you what you want versus what you don't want. And so it's like the mirror principle was really showing you what you wanted and what you didn't want. What was lifting you up and what wasn't. What was creating lack and what actually lifted you up. You're walking in a space, it's like things may have been a little barren at the beginning of the year, and that barren, like things weren't manifesting the way that you wanted, or you couldn't see a way out. Things weren't working out. But it's almost like as the year had transpired for you, it's like more and more of I feel like as you progress throughout the year, pile two, it's like you've almost like gained more power, more momentum, more, I'm hearing discipline to some degree on how you're choosing to do your life. But it's been through this whole purification period that you've been able to do so. It's like you've been clearing out the old clutter, clearing out the old noise, and walking a path where you're able to actually see things in a perspective that you never did before. I don't know, pile three, it feels like you've been walking a path, or you're about to embark on a path that you've never been on before. Okay, are we going this way? Sure, let's go this way. So it's kind of like where you haven't been open before to new ways of doing things. It's like this whole year has been a time of purification, opening you up to doing things in a different way. Part of it's because you had to, and maybe for you, pal, too, that's what you needed, is to be kind of put in a position where you have to. So it may mentally feel like, well, things aren't working out for me. Well, guess what, pal, too, they are. And as I said that, I looked at the timer and it said 707. And the 7 to me represents spiritual growth and awareness. 0 to me is the divine, it's the void, it's, spirit. And then you have another 7, right? So it's sandwiched. So it's kind of like allowing spirit to just kind of take you, and learning a whole different way of being. And pal 2, you may not feel like that yet, but I feel like a lot of you do. Feel like there's just a different way of doing life, a way that's not so dissatisfying, because the way that you've been doing it before, you've worked way too hard. You've tried way too hard, and it has not been supportive for you. So it's like spirit is handing you a whole different way of being, a whole different way of living, a whole different way of seeing the world. So it's kind of like through this year, and especially through that mid part of the year, you started to kind of go beyond the mirror. That's what it feels like. And it was like I'm hearing like a whole bunch of cheers from your spirit guide, like, hey, yay! It's like you've gone through this finish line and a point of realization that you matter. That it's about you feeling fulfilled emotionally, mentally, physically. It may have been an interesting third quarter, though, let me tell you, because it's almost like you were going through this transformation process of just, well, being in a space of fulfillment in certain moments where you felt really good, and then other moments where you felt like you're down in the dumps. But it's all kind of like you're walking through the fog. First it's really light, and then it gets more concentrated, and then finally you're through the fog. And it's, for you, pal, too, it's part of that transformation process and being brought back to that white quartz, that clear quartz again. Purification, releasing of the old, so you can walk in the new. And what I'm hearing for you, pal, too, is that you've done this before. You've done this, I heard, many, many times before. And it may be in this life where you've gone through a lot of transformations. Scorpio rising. And you have a great sense of this transformative process. And it's like each step you've taken throughout this year, pile 2, it's actually brought you more solid, more in tune with yourself, more, oh, how do I say this? You're just more solid within yourself. And your mind may think otherwise, such as, no, how am I going to do this? And, being worried and frustrated. But it's like, as you keep walking, pile 2, you're going to start to see more manifestations. Your ships are going to come in. Hold the flame is what I'm getting from your spirit guides. Trust in the process of your journey because you're more solid than you've ever been. You're walking into a world of wonder. You're more in tune with your intuition than you've ever been. Playfulness is key for you, pile 2. It's like sometimes you can be like a little bit stubborn is what I'm getting. Let's be real, most people are. But it's being requested that you just let go a little bit and let God and just be a bit more playful with the universe as you move forward. Trust your instincts, they're saying, pile 2. You know exactly what you're doing. And you know exactly what you will need to be in the moment that you need to be it. There might be a lot of Scorpios watching this. Shapeshifters, empaths. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, the empathic starseed. For sure, for sure. But you see, through this journey, it's like you may have been, yes, absorbing a lot of other people's stuff and being what other people needed them to be, pile 2. But it's like you're moving into a point where this whole purification, it has been for the purpose of moving into a space where you're solid within yourself, where you can actually go out in the world and be you and not feel tied down by other things. So pile 2, they're coming back to the lightness again. And they're saying, here, it's like open up to the magic around you. Open up to the wisdom that you have. Because when you're in your mind and processing, well, plan A, plan B, plan C, you're not in the moment. And trust that you are prepared in every single moment. So it's kind of like, how do I say this? It's almost like as you keep walking, in this moment, okay, forget the cards. In this moment, as you're here, you're ready for this moment, for what's about to happen. And sometimes what happens in this moment is different from the plan that is in your mind. So it's like, let go of the instability that you may feel within yourself. And I feel like this year you've been doing a lot of that. You just have to trust in yourself. And they're saying now that as you continue to walk, you're building more trust within yourself. Just be light about it. Because as you continue to walk, you're building a new framework within your physical reality because you're shifting. And as you continue to purify, you're purifying the entire world around you and what's created and what can manifest. Your ships are coming in, pile 3 or pile 2. Your ships are coming in. Stand strong, have faith. And remember, you're so ready for what's coming for you. So I'm going to end this reading. I'm going to read a little bit from the Sacred Rebel Oracle deck for this card 41, Bring It Into Form. And with the 41, I'm getting like the 4 plus the 1, right? 4 is about like firm foundation. 1 is the divine. And then you have the 4 plus the 1, which is the 5. The 5 about change. And I feel like you're changing the way that you approach your life from a more divine aspect. You're more solid in your own divinity as you move forward. This next year for you, Pile 2, is going to be really powerful. And it's like you're going to be doing it your way, in a way of you and your own divine way. And that way is going to bring you so much more joy, so much more passion and prosperity. Really, 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 like that's just what's really coming through. So let's see what 42 has to say. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to, whatever pops for me is what I'm going to read. Beautiful dreamer, you can imagine wonderful worlds of light. You can dream of so many possibilities. Now is the time to bring those possibilities of light into the world. You need to be more than ideas. They need to live, to manifest. The world needs not only your dreams, beautiful as they are, but also your creations. Get thee to thy desk, thy easel, thy computer. Work, beautiful dreamer. Don't just dream, create. You are being asked to honor yourself with a commitment to complete your inspired tasks. This will help you to grow, and this is a wonderful reason to commit. But there's another reason too. You know that your inspired ideas are worth translating into practical form so that other people can access them and experience something special too. If you have drawn the oracle of the Sacred Fool, feel assured that your path of success is not going to unfold according to the usual rules and regulations. It might happen in ways that surprise you and others, but it will happen. It is meant to be. This oracle also confirms that the information you need to translate your ideas into form will be provided according to the higher wisdom of life. It may or may not happen by traditional routes, even if it seems unimaginable. When it is time for something to be born into form, nothing can stop it. It will happen. That's your message, Pile 2. I feel like it just kind of comes down to following your heart, following your inspired action, whatever feels inspiring to you. It's not going to come from the mind. And I feel like this journey, this last year of purification, and actually beyond that, it's really been about getting you out of your internal mental circuitry and into something more divine, something that is more authentically you. So it's truly about following your heart and that excitement and that passion and what feels fulfilling to you. You have a great road ahead for you, Pile 2. It looks like it's going to be quite a ride for 2023. So enjoy it and enjoy these remaining weeks of 2022. And I hope you do give yourself a pat on the back. All right. Take care, Pile 2. Do give it a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you next time. Take care, Pile 2. Bye. Hey there, Pile 3. If you picked the Howlite crystal, this reading is for you. And I had to look up the meaning of Howlite and what it meant. And actually, the stone is great for patience and learning perspective and clearing out the chatter, the noise of the mind. So it's quite interesting that I had picked out this stone. I don't know, it popped out for you, Pile 3. So let's see what the messages are from your spirit guides regarding this year, okay? End of year messages for you. So we're going to start off with some oracle cards. The first one you got is Fellow Traveler. Support is all around you. You have Loosen Your Grip, Coping Mechanisms, Density, Addiction, Let God In. You got Fertility, which is a 3, which is the Empress card. You actually got an extra card. It said here, choose wisely. Card 7. And I'm just going to place that together because that's how they came out. And your final oracle, what is already with you? I'm hearing the song, and you know what, I don't even know, maybe I should look up the lyrics, but I got the music in me, I got the music in me, I got the music in me. You know that song? I don't know. I haven't heard that song in like forever. And so that song is coming up in me for you. Interesting. So let's continue on. Let's pull some oracle tarots just to get some further clarity about this year for you. For Pile 3, please, Spirit and Spirit Guides, show me 2023 or 2022. For Pile 3, please, Spirit. You're a blend of Pile 1 and Pile 2, Pile 3. Interesting year for you, Pile 3. Interesting year for you. Okay, so what's coming through is, you know, I feel like that initial part of the year, you're working on some ideas, something that you're creating almost. But it's like you had to kind of see things in a whole different perspective. Or, sorry, some of you may be fine-tuning the way that you are seeing certain things, the way that you are creating certain things. And I'm hearing letting the past go. So it's like, okay, there's been some creations for you going on for you this year of 2022 for you, Pile 3. It's like you've started to create something at the beginning part of the year, but it's like you had to loosen the grip and loosen the way that you were doing things. You were learning a whole different way of doing things because what you've been trying to create is not utilizing your power, your talent to the best of your ability and your best form of expression. So you may have been a little bit stressed out about the way things have been unfolding, the way that you've been wanting to create something in your life. And it's like you may have had to walk away at certain moments, walk away from certain things, to be able to clarify what it is that you want. With the Choose Wisely card, I feel like the second part of the year for you, pal, 3 was really about opening up to grander visions and grander ways of doing things. Notice how her arms are stretched out with the Wheel card over here. And then I'm drawn here to the 5 of Swords, to this gentleman down here, this guy down here, with his arms out. It's like opening up to a surrender, but a form of freedom that you have not felt before. Now, some of you may not be there yet, and there may be some stress along your body. And I'm hearing some of you may have undergone a Kundalini rising, a Kundalini awakening, a lot of energy running through your body during, especially that last quarter, this last quarter of the year. Intuition starting to amp up. There's been this whole shift of perspective for you because you've done a lot of the letting go work. I don't know if there was a moment for you, pal 3, where you just kind of said, F it, and I'm just gonna let go, or it just kind of gradually came to be. But it's like you've reached this point where you just kind of had to open your eyes to see something more. I hope this makes sense. And it's like by opening your eyes to see something more, you just broke the tie, you broke the bond, the things that were holding you back. And I'm hearing for some of you, it's been coping mechanisms that have been holding you back. You basically said, F it, I'm not doing life this way anymore. Opened your eyes and connected more to spirit. If that's not you yet and you still feel like you're tied up, you may be the one that I'm telling you that it's time to do so. Because there's so much more that your mind can't see. There's so much more that your soul, your intuition knows that your mind cannot grasp. And it's when you get beyond the mind that things will start to move forward. For some of you, you already know that, and you're moving beyond that to a point where you can really get into that creative form of expression and choose you. Choose a higher way of being. And I'm hearing surrender to spirit, choose peace. What is already with you. You have everything that you need, pile 3. That's what I'm hearing. With the 1 and the 7, that equals the 8, which is the infinity symbol. It's also a number of karma. But for you, pile 3, it feels like you've given a lot to the world, to society, and there's a lot that wants to come to you. But for you, pal 3, it's a choice. Like I'm drawn to the hands, where the hands are. It's like where you choose to focus your energy is where it will expand. You're really in that creative time in your life where things are expanding. And kudos to you, pal 3, for taking that time to really just let go. And for those of you that haven't let go yet, the ones that are holding on tightly, I'm hearing like, see you on the other side. So it's like your manifestations are on the other side. So it's like you may be so key focused, like you might be so narrowly focused on a path. If you feel like you are, right, it's like what's coming through is it's time to kind of look around you and time to realize that you're already there. Ah, that's what it is. Look around you and realize that you're already there. And that's where I'm being brought back to the howlite and clearing out that natter that's around you. And for you, Pile 3, you've either done it already, and if you have, congrats. Although there may be moments where you may still feel that clutter, that natter, the mind, the stuff around you, and that's okay. Because you always come back to, you can always come back to that point of just being centered. You are a beacon, Pile 3, and they want you to recognize that you are a beacon for many people. And not just people, you have a very strong connection to nature. And you'll find in the upcoming months into next year, that will be highlighted for you. Because it's through that connection, there's going to be some sort of form of expression that will be coming through you. And it could be a form of expression, so like some sort of creative talent, idea, something that you want to manifest, it's going to come through you and your connection with nature. I don't know, it may ground you, it may put you in that state of receiving those messages. It's time for you to fly, is what I'm hearing. It may have felt in the last year or beyond that you've been falling, Pile 3, but actually you're not, you're rising. And if you open your eyes and you look around you, you will see the magic of the present moment and the culmination of the work that you've done in this moment, which is a lot, Pile 3. It's a lot. You've created a lot for yourself that you have not seen yet. And it's like, it may be that you're waiting for your ships to come in. It may be that you're waiting. But here with the Three of Wands, there's no mistake that this Three of Wands is under that choose wisely card. Because it's like, choose you. Choose you. And as you choose you, you will lift your head and you will see the world around you for what it is. And you will realize that you are truly at a completion point with that 3 and the 7. And that you're already there. This year has been a wild ride for you, Pile 3. A time of surrender, a time of opening the eyes, a time of really transitioning into the newness. And what they're saying is that you've always been supported and that they are always with you. And that your spirit guides, you may have seen them or felt them in the birds. If you have not, look around. Because they are giving you messages and signs. Trust in the unknown is what they're saying. Is that this new path that you're walking in is quite different from the rest. But it's one that's going to bring you great fulfillment. Allow the changes around you to happen because you've already set the framework for what's to come. Choose wisely your thoughts, your words, your actions, and trust in yourself. Choose peace. Allow the old to leave. It no longer serves you. And remember your freedom. Keep yourself open to what's around you. Keep yourself open to that spiritual insight and awareness. Be open to brand new ideas and new ways of doing things, new pathways. and watch yourself unfold. And watch your world unfold. What is already with you. You have an 8 here and you have an 8 here. Balance. Balance, pile 3. Balance. You got another 10. You got a 12. And another 8. Interesting. This last year, it feels like it's been about balancing you out. Excuse me. And moving into this time of just being able to express yourself the way that you want to. Open yourself up to the world of your creation. Your spirit guides are really impressed and are in awe by you. And they want you to see what you can do. What you can do beyond the confinements of your own mind. Really, really nice, pile 3. So I'm going to end this reading by reading from the Sacred Rebel Oracle deck. Here, the book, for this number 17, which is what is already with you. Oh my God, look at that. I opened up right on that page. So I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read parts of it that stick out. So it says here, what is already with you? You hold in your hand that which you seek. In other words, the pair of spectacles you have been rummaging around the house for are sitting on top of your head. What you are seeking, perhaps by exploring far and wide, is actually right under your nose. You may not like this idea. It is so much more wonderful to imagine there's something yet to find. Of course, there's unlimited creative potential and always something more than that can be. Yet in this instance, it is important for you to know that you already have what you need and what you want. That doesn't mean it's the end of the story, although it does ask you to give up the fantasy that a perfect solution lies in the future somewhere. Instead, it asks you to acknowledge that everything necessary for success is with you now. All you need to do is accept this and act with what you have available to you. This is good news. This particular chapter has a happy ending in store. That ending will become real for you just as soon as you stop trying to skip forward to the next chapter. Better to be completely present in the now. From here, the next phase will naturally happen without force on your part. Don't make the mistake of believing that what you need is behind you, lies with another, or is yet to appear. You have all that you need to take the next step in your life, and from that, all else will flow. Very nice reading, pile 3. Very nice reading. As you look up pile 3, you're going to see a lot of magic. Like I said, a culmination point for you. But there's certain keys necessary for you to look up and fully see your manifestations in front of you. So choose wisely, follow your heart, and congrats on doing such an amazing job this last year. So make sure you give yourself a pat on the back, because your guides are really proud of you. All right, so thanks for watching pile 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Do give it a like if you liked the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.